Oh, look at this creamy cream cheese with chives. And then over here, I've got cinnamon raisin cream cheese. Oh my God, that looks so good. And finally, unlocks your dreams. A vegan lox style cream cheese, all made from cashews and coconut cream and cultured with a little bit of yogurt. So you can make it anywhere in the world where you can get cashews. So a lot of you have been asking me, how about the cream cheese? How do you make the cream cheese? Well, this is based on my originally published recipe in Artisan Vegan Cheese. It's been adapted slightly, and there are so many variations. I'm just bringing 3 of them to you today. It's super easy to make, it's super delicious, and it's clean. There's no junk in it, there's no filler in it, there's no oil in it. It's literally one of the most, I don't know, whole foods based cream cheeses you can find. So I'm hoping you're gonna give this a try. Let me show you how to make it. To start our cashew cream cheese, we're actually going to boil these nuts. Now, why are we doing that? Because when you get cashews and you're talking about fermentation, you have no idea whether or not there's any unwanted bacteria on the exterior of these cashews. So unless you know that the cashews in your package are pasteurized, we want to boil them and just make sure that they're absolutely clean so that the only culture that grows is the one we want to have grown in there. I've got my 2 cups of cashews and a pot of water that's boiling, and I'm just going to boil them for a couple of minutes to make sure that they are nice and clean and ready to turn into cream cheese. So now we're going to drain this, and it's really important that you drain and rinse in cold water. You don't want hot cashews going into the blender. And then drain them really well for a couple of minutes. Now we're going to puree the cashews with some coconut milk. I've got about 2/3 cup coconut milk in here, and I'm going to add all of the cashews. Whoop. You can add as much salt or as little as you like, maybe about a 1/4 teaspoon. And now we're going to puree this. If your blender seems to be overworking, you can add a little bit more coconut milk or just a little bit of water just to help the processing. So here's the beautiful thing. You can culture this using homemade yogurt. So I've got about 2 tablespoons here, and you can add that as the starter culture, or you can just get another culture. This is a mesophilic one that'll add buttery notes from thecheesemaker.com. You can use the coupon code Miyoko15 to get 15% off your purchase from thecheesemaker.com. So I'm going to add a little bit of this, and I'm going to reblend it. Pour your cream cheese mixture into a clean container that I sterilized by boiling water. All right, now I'm going to put a lid on it, and we're going to put it in that proofing box where it will take, I don't know, maybe 12 to 24 hours to get to the right pH or flavor profile. Here's what it looks like after it's cultured. It's a little bit thicker, and it's going to get thicker even more in the fridge. I'm going to take this batch of cream cheese, and we're going to flavor it into different types of cream cheese. So the first one is chive cream cheese. I just picked these from the garden. A company that I might have once been associated with made a scallion cream cheese. So you can do the same thing with scallions, or you can do chive cream cheese. And all we're going to do is mix them, add a little bit of salt, refrigerate it overnight, and it'll get super thick by tomorrow. All right, so I'm going to just chop these up really, really finely. I did wash them very well ahead of time. All right, so I've got some finely chopped chives here. Put them into the bowl and mix in some cream cheese. Okay, for this flavor, I probably want a little salt. Oh, this is going to be so good on my breakfast bagel tomorrow. Moving right along to cinnamon raisin cream cheese. This is a sweet one, and I absolutely love it. And I got to tell you, the addition of a little bit of that coconut milk gives it sort of buttery dairy notes, which is really nice, especially for this version. So I'm going to add some cinnamon. And of course, you know, you can do this to taste. So if you want more or less, these raisins, they're dry right now, but they're actually going to plump up in the cream cheese as they absorb some of that moisture. So you don't need to soak them ahead of time. And I'm going to add a little bit of maple syrup. So you can make small batches of this. You know, you can make one big batch of cream cheese and then divide it into different flavors. And then you've got all these fun flavors. The other thing about making your own cream cheese that's so wonderful is that you can control how tangy you want it. Now I know that some people used to complain that, oh, the Miyoko's cream cheese is just too tangy. Well, you know what? You are free to get to the pH that you want. You can make it as tangy or as untangy as you like it, depending on how long you culture your cream cheese. And the flavors will develop even more overnight, and you can make it as sweet or as unsweet as you like. You don't want to add too much maple syrup because it will make it runny. And as I mentioned, this is going to get thicker in the refrigerator. Our final flavor is one that people keep asking me for. How do you make that unlocked cream cheese? So I'm going to unlock it for you right here. And it's simple. I've got the balance of my cream cheese. I'm going to do it right in this container. It's so simple. What's going to give it that fishy flavor is nori, Japanese nori, and that you would find on sushi. And we are going to cut this up into little tiny strips. You can actually buy these little strips. They don't have to be strips. You can just cut them into little pieces so that they start to sort of dissolve in the cream cheese. You can re-blend it if you want, but then you're going to get a really black cream cheese. And the one other ingredient to give it that smoky flavor is either some liquid smoke or some smoked paprika. Now, if you use liquid smoke, you should also add a roasted red bell pepper or a couple of strips of roasted red bell pepper and then puree it to give it that nice sort of pinky color. But sometimes just adding smoked paprika will do the job. All right, we're gonna get some smoked paprika in there and some salt, and we're just gonna mix that up. Oh, we're getting that lovely pink color just from that smoked paprika. I'm gonna taste it and see whether or not there's enough smoky and fishy flavor. I think it needs a little bit more nori. The thing about smoked paprika is that you're also going to find different levels of smokiness depending on the paprika. So you may find that your smoked paprika just ain't happening in terms of smoky flavor, and you may want to reach for that bottle of liquid smoke to just give it a little bit extra kick. You can always add more, you can't take it away, as in many things that go on in Miyoko's kitchen. I didn't exactly measure the quantity. You learn to cook by intuition, by taste. You got to taste everything to see whether it hits the right notes or not. All right, so I think that's probably enough nori. And it's going to get fishier as it sits, as the nori starts to permeate the cream cheese. But I think I'm going to add a little bit of liquid smoke. I have found the liquid smoke, and I'm going to add just a drop, maybe two. Give it a stir. Give it a taste. One more drop, and I think we're done. All right, as you can see, the cream cheese has gotten really thick overnight as I refrigerated them, and I spread them on my warm bagels, and I don't know where to start, but I think I'm gonna start out with the sweet one, the cinnamon raisin. It's a perfect balance of that sweetness from the maple syrup, but also that tanginess from the cream cheese, so it's absolutely lovely. Next up, the chive cream cheese. I mean, come on. Who's not gonna love that? It's just so satisfying. And finally, unlocks your dreams. If you're into lox, the seaweed and the smoked paprika is gonna give it sort of a smoky, fishy flavor. I don't know. Hits all the notes. One batch of cream cheese, 3 different results. Try it at home. Serve all your friends over the holidays. I hope you enjoy it.